Alright, hey guys, what is up? It is Bibzuda back here once again on the Outlast Trials, and we are continuing weekly therapy number 31 in this video, which is Deadly Primes here on the intensive difficulty. We are doing the 6th trial in the weekly, which is Foster the Orphans. The final trial will be visiting Gooseberry here at the orphanage, and we are up against the same variators of increased threat, limited intel, and then the two for the weekly being Prime Asset Traps and Deadly Prime Asset. Gooseberry will take you out in one hit, and the asset traps of the explosive ducks are going to be all over the place. I'm still Rocket, still no joke, Smash and Incognito. Smash often quite good on this trial because there's usually a decent amount of doors that you end up going through, particularly in the laundry area, and it can be very beneficial in just bashing those in one hit. Less so in terms of co-op doors, but not too much to be had from Strong Arm in this trial, in my opinion. Let's jump into it and see what we can do. Foster the Orphans, and I will once again use this as an excuse, just like I did on Cleanse the Orphans, to ask Red Barrels to please revert the change that removed the ability to turn the radio knobs with WSD. It was so very nice. Now, often in the beginning of this trial, as is the case in many that you've seen so far, there's items to be had prior to jumping into the action, so be sure to look around. I got 4 bottles, which is kind of ridiculous, but hey, I will definitely take it. In most cases, I would probably say bottles are gonna be better than bricks if you know how to use them right. Especially if you're not running Strong Arm, which even if you are nowadays, it can, I mean, a brick isn't going to be that big of a deal a lot of the time. Crazy that they tried to sneak that change to Strong Arm in the patch notes, or like sneak it under the radar, not putting it in the patch notes. And they didn't even call it a nerf. They said they adjusted the, or like normalized the animation times, which makes no sense to me, but I like to run over here often and just smash that window. It's a nice little secret window that you might not know about. That leads us back to this general area. And I always check this room because several times I've been trolled by a radio being in that room and I don't check it forever and waste a lot of time. But yeah, just searching the back halls in the pool area here. I don't mind expending my rig on this guy. And we do have one here that probably can do this really quick. That was truly just textbook. And then we sneak on into the locker room and the showers here. So pretty good start. There can obviously be... Ooh, there can be a radio here. I'll blow this up. Obviously, a little trick if you don't know about it, you can inch towards these things and stand at the maximum range that they'll blow up, and you won't take damage. It's a nice little trick to get rid of them without using a throwable or you know, just making sure you're safe. There is a co-op door right there. And I just simply wasn't aware of that one. In all honesty, they're not something I've paid much attention to in the past. Obviously, as a solo player, I couldn't avail of them at all. Strange back-to-back poster, but this will take you right into the pool. So that one's honestly not bad because the pool is a generally pretty closed-off area, and it could be maybe nice to have it opened up in that regard. With an additional avenue for leaving. Yeah, I figured that guy was going to go off eventually. I was kind of clumping around. I assume there's going to be a radio back here. Huh. We've been surprisingly light on radios in this section. But maybe there's just some out here in the courtyard. Yeah, there's those. We have the pusher coming out. We'll jump in our hiding spot here, and the blind guy is unfortunately right in front of the spot that we want to go. So we're going to need to probably leverage one of our bottles to relocate him. Just got to be careful that we don't additionally lure the pusher. So we'll just throw it over there. Pretty simple.
So sweet.
That makes sense. He decided that first bottle was not enough of a noise to go investigate, but The second one seemed to work. Uh-oh. Are you blind? Was ist das denn? Oh, how did he not see me? I think there's no other way out of there. Like if the gate between there and the actual kitchen is closed, there's no. I mean, why didn't?
I know, Dr. Dudley.
Okay, I'm just gonna do that. Okay, no good there. This is a bit of a bad idea, ooh, especially in this case. Now we're YOLOing it here, folks. Ah, there's a radio right there. Not sure how I didn't notice this when I was coming out here originally, but usually when there's radios nearby the start, you don't want to do them right away because Gooseberry and that giant tend to be coming out around then. And here's our final one. So usually you'll get more in the pool and laundry areas, but this time around we got quite a few in other sections, but that's it. Oh my goodness gracious me. It's a pretty simple trial for the most part, and we are of course going to request, if you would be so kind, folks, as to smash the like button, as I've just so helpfully demonstrated for you. That would truly change my life. I really can't tell you how much it would mean if you could do that. But yeah, I mean, short, sweet, and to the point. As long as there's no blind spots in your search, you should be able to find all of the radios fairly quickly. The map isn't too big. I'd say the most likely places for you to miss one is in and around the pool and laundry, since there's a couple of smaller rooms that you might not think to check, but other than that, shouldn't provide too much trouble, and that is it. A+, 6 minutes 15 seconds, Foster the Orphans, Deadly Primes Intensive here. And that's all the fun we get to have for this week, because next up we're heading to the docks, where we will be immersed in misery and hopelessness, thanks to Franco and his stupid traps. See you guys there.